Taoist immortality. The first immortality Sun Wukong gains comes from studying under Patriarch Samadhi, the immortal Taoist master who trains him deep within the mountains. After he witnesses the death of one of his fellow monkeys from old age, he leaves the mountain of flowers and fruit in fear of death. Wukong searches across the world for someone who can teach him how to escape the cycle of aging and mortality. Samadhi eventually accepts him as a disciple, and Wukong studies scriptures and discusses the Tao under him. However, Wukong expressed his unwavering pursuit of eternal life, disregarding other teachings. In response, Zushi struck his head thrice and closed the central gate, leaving others bewildered, but Wukong understood the message. At the designated time, he secretly entered through the back gate for private teachings. Zushi was pleased and revealed the secrets of immortality. Through meditation, spiritual discipline, and mystical practices, Wukong learns the way of immortality itself. This is the foundation of all his later powers. By mastering these teachings, his body stops aging naturally, and ordinary death can no longer easily claim him, turning him from a normal monkey into an immortal. Erasure from the Book of Life and Death. After acquiring the Jingu Bang and his 4 pieces of armor from the Dragon Kings from the seas, Sun Wukong takes a nap. Wukong dreams of 2 mysterious beings dragging him somewhere. The beings reveal that they were sent from the underworld to attempt to drag his soul into hell, since it was time for Wukong to die. Furious at the idea that he could still die despite becoming immortal, Wukong kills the 2 beings, storms into the underworld and confronts the kings of Diu. There he discovers the Book of Life and Death, a supernatural record containing the names and lifespans of every mortal creature. Wukong erases his own name from the book along with the names of all monkeys under his rule. This act removes him from the normal system of death entirely. Even the underworld can no longer properly claim his soul because, according to the cosmic records, he technically no longer exists among the dead. Peaches of immortality. While serving in heaven as guardian of the heavenly peach garden, Sun Wukong discovers one of the greatest treasures in Chinese mythology. The peaches grown in the garden belong to the Queen Mother of the West and take thousands of years to ripen. Different peaches grant different levels of immortality, but the rarest can make someone nearly eternal and spiritually perfected. Angry after learning he has been excluded from a heavenly banquet, Wukong eats large numbers of these sacred peaches himself. Their power strengthens his immortal body even further and greatly increases his durability and lifespan. In Chinese legends, peaches are long associated with longevity, and Journey to the West turns that symbolism into literal supernatural power. Heavenly wine. After eating the peaches, Sun Wukong sneaks into the celestial banquet before it starts and drinks the Jade Emperor's sacred heavenly wine. This is no ordinary alcohol. The drink is prepared for gods, immortals, and divine beings, containing spiritual energy far beyond mortal food or drink. By consuming huge quantities of it, Wukong further nourishes his already immortal body. The wine adds another layer of protection and vitality to his spirit, making him even harder to weaken or destroy. Laozi's pills of immortality. After becoming drunk of the heavenly wine, he enters Laozi's palace in heaven. There he discovers the legendary pills of immortality, carefully created through divine alchemy. In Taoist tradition, alchemy and immortality are deeply connected, with ancient practitioners searching for magical substances that could extend life forever. Laozi's pills represent the highest possible form of that idea. Wukong consumes the entire supply meant for the gods themselves. The pills fuse into his body and make him vastly more powerful than before. By this point, he has layered immortality upon immortality, creating a body that becomes almost impossible to destroy through ordinary means. Samadhi fire refinement. After heaven finally captures Sun Wukong through the efforts of Erlangshan, heaven attempts to execute him through numerous methods, such as cutting, beheading, lightning and so on. Upon seeing the executions fail, Laozi attempts to destroy him by sealing him inside the 8-trigram furnace for 49 days. The furnace burns with Samadhi fire, a divine flame powerful enough to refine immortals into spiritual essence. Instead of killing Wukong, the fire accidentally strengthens him further. He survives by hiding in a section of the furnace associated with wind, where the flames are weaker. When he finally escapes, his body has become even tougher than before, nearly indestructible against weapons and magical attacks. The fire also transforms his eyes into the famous fiery golden eyes, allowing him to recognize demons and illusions. Buddhahood. At the end of Journey to the West, after completing the pilgrimage and protecting Tang Sanzang across countless dangers, Sun Wukong achieves his final and greatest form of immortality. The Buddha grants him enlightenment and the title Victorious Fighting Buddha. Unlike the earlier forms of immortality gained through theft, rebellion, or magical power, this one comes through spiritual growth and redemption. Wukong begins the story terrified of death and obsessed with power. By the end, he has gained something far greater than endless life alone. He achieves a state beyond ordinary mortality entirely, joining the enlightened beings he once challenged and mocked.